Hola, bienvenidos al canal. Ahora vamos a comenzar con el Apothecary Diaries, la segunda sesión aquí. Oye, honestamente, estoy tan emocionado para tratar de entrar aquí. Am, Bastante de ellos no hablan en español, pero vamos a hacer todo el programa ahora en español. ¿Por qué no comenzamos? Why don't we just jump right into it? Oh, you'll see. And let us see. No, honestly, guys, welcome on in. I appreciate you guys being here. Welcome on back. Um, Welcome on back to season 2, core 2. I am beyond excited to genuinely be here. I can't thank you guys enough. Like every single time that we try and do something, there's a big support for this show here on Twitch. Uh More so than on YouTube, which is kind of weird. But nonetheless, thank you. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. You guys make Apothecary Diaries what it is. And it's honestly, I'm curious to see where this is going to go. What mysteries are we about to unsolve? And even more so, how is the relationship between Jinchi and Mao Mao going to evolve? Right? Um, People kept telling me to slow down the frame when Jinchi was on top of Mao Mao because Mao Mao just naturally, she's the one that's raising up her leg, not Jinchi that's doing it, right? It's like Mao Mao internally might be saying, oh, no, right? And on the other hand, Mao Mao's just naturally getting ready. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? A lot of people were pointing out little details like that in the comment section. And it makes me wonder. Nah, that was just Jinchi. It makes me wonder how far. Gracias por decirlo en español. How far are they going to go? Like, how far do you guys think that Mao Mao and Jinchi will go before they start actually identifying that they might have feelings or going into relationships? Like, do you guys think that, for example, if they were to get into a relationship, would Mao Mao risk getting pregnant in an instance like this? Or would you just, I don't know, huck Tua on that thing and, be like, hey, Jinchi, I know other techniques. Like, how close would they go before they start considering a relationship? Or would Mao Mao try to create more distance? Absolutely. Or would Mao Mao try and create more distance inside of that? Like, there's a lot of questions that come on board just due to the relationship and due to their interaction. And also, is this going to go ahead and cause others to start viewing Mao Mao as a threat, seeing how close Jinchi is being, and especially in the power dynamical situation? That's as his mother puts it, right? You can't show too much favor to one person because everyone can see it, and if everyone sees it, it's an issue. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready? Steady? Let's go right into it. Let's do it. Don't tell me we're starting with the Rorschach test. No. Okay. Whew. I wouldn't say 1+ hour analysis on this. They really gotta do this to us, right? They really gotta fucking do. They really gotta do this to us, right? I don't think 1 hour immediately gets hit with the mass symbolism. Oh no! But before that, they also hit us with one of the most common elements of, like, unfortunately, a lot of what Rorschach, I always say it wrong, test are is like your perception, right? And it's interesting the fact that they're heading into this, and I'll tell you why, right? And some people might be like, Ed, you might be stretching here. Okay, hold on. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this? Hold on. Are you guys ready for this? Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you, okay? You guys ready? Okay, you guys see that? You guys see that? Okay. So we're talking about mask, right? Mm. So we're talking about mask, right? Mm. You don't say. It starts off. It starts off. Oh my god! You don't say. The wheel returns, ladies and gentlemen. It's your first association. But funnily enough, the first association is talking about perceptions, right? Like anything with Rorschach, whatever, it is about like, what is your perceptions? What do you see first? Why do you see that? Where does this come out of, right? What do you think this means for you? So on and so forth. But at the same time, what are the archetypes that we're seeing in here? Yeah. What are the archetypes we're seeing in here? And can things be so jumbled up that an individual can only see the dark side and not necessarily the light side, or vice versa, right? Rorschach, yeah, Rorschach. There you go. Or vice versa, where individuals can only see the light side and not the dark side. How many individuals have you met that people thought they were the hero, they're amazing, and they're innocent, and they're an explorer, and they're so wise, and oh my God, they're such a good like a lover to their partner and whatnot. But realistically, like later on, it comes out that they were a villain, that they were actually like very violent, that they were an elitist, that like they thrived off of knowing more than others. It happens to us a lot of times. It just depends on what side of the spectrum we are, right? And that's how our influence, like our social influences us back, and our perceptions matter significantly. So when we look at this, when you look at the Rorschach, pay attention to the first symbolism is the ink being dropped in the similar way that it's being used for a lot of different things. You guys might be wondering, in case you guys don't know, what is a Rorschach? Well, that's actually a good question. Let's bring this up for you. They're often images used in like with ink, and it's just used to explore different elements of what your conscious or subconscious might be presenting, might be meaning, so on and so forth, right? So, for example, what do you see here? Chat, what comes to mind when you see this? Pikachu, some say. Uh-huh. A moth, others. Where does this come from, right? What do you guys think you see what you're seeing? Giratina, a pelvis, right? And you just start asking the questions. It just allows for deeper conversation to start happening. Hence why oftentimes a lot of individuals in the field, a lot of therapists and psychologists have stepped away from any form of Rorschach testing, because a lot of this is just due to self-perceptions and whatnot. Some individuals might say, oh my God, can't you see that this is a beetle with a moth? Oh my God, can't you see that it's just a sideways Pokemon that was stamped on both ways, or two French bulldogs, or so on and so forth. Like everyone has a different perception as to what this is. Is any of it like, does any of it hold grounds or water? It doesn't really matter, right? If it does or it doesn't. It's a perception of an individual. The main thing that this allows is you the opportunity to ask the questions as to what you see. So when we're looking at this and we're seeing that it's automatically, first off, it's like a pure white being inundated by this ink, we already know that this is going to be a good one. Fuck, you guys might be right. This might be an hour-long analysis. Oh, okay. And the thing is, let us let's back it up. This is what I love about it, right? This darker side, right? So I'm guessing some of these motifs, whatever happened in the previous season with some of the darker elements, are probably going to overtake our perception as well. And a lot of us are catering to these darker events as well, because we're trying to find out what the underlying story is. Even though that there's light, there's white, there's all the like different characters and the lightness and so on and so forth, we're more than likely going to be enveloped by a bigger plot without us fully knowing. Because this quickly takes it over, and the immediate first shot that we get out of this are white petals. Exactly. But they don't leave us in pure darkness. Like the show does not dare to leave us in pure darkness. Before the white, I know, right, Don? Before the white is completely enveloped by this dark ink, right? This blackness, we get hints of petals. Why do you guys think that is? I have my own theory immediately. Yeah, silly nerd, 100%. Hope. Because even in the darkest times, in the darkest like places in your life that you might go into, there might still be elements of hope, even in this great darkness. Which is wild that like this is a perception that we're being like thrown into. Okay, and who's the greatest hope of all? Literally able to overtake this ink in 1 second. Goku. No, Mao Mao. Like at least for this show, this white petal comes through and swipes off the ink, right? And we get this full reflection of the same petals being thrown out there with now a little bit of purple, right, in them, but Mao Mao being centered and blurred. Even though she is the hope, it's as though even though we might recognize that she is a hope, that she is an individual that brings light to us, we still have to go ahead and blur her and not even see her eyes, not even see her hands, her agents of change. The only thing that we see is, of course, the title and literally her kind of blurred out, as though we recognize, but at the same time we don't fully recognize that Mao Mao is the agent of change or the hope at the end of the tunnel here. That's wild. Guys, we're only a couple seconds in, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, the way that they're showcasing this is really trying to go and elevate Mama into this position of being a huge agent of change, even though she seems to look down and doesn't fully, maybe she's not fully aware of the power that she has, right? This opening is telling us that she is that change. Also, sorry guys, she's front and centered, but she's blurred. Like her eyes are there, or eyes aren't there, rather well said. I want you guys to also notice that the purple in the flower, right? Is similar to Jinshi's purple. But yet Jinshi wears a mask. So then whose perception? Yeah, mask appeared before he did. Exactly. Exactly. Then who is wearing this mask? Is it for Mao Mao or is it for himself? There's a lot of interesting questions because the mask gets heavier the longer you keep wearing it. And some people love to wear a heavy mask that they're dragging their face through the floor, and everyone sees that it's a mask, but they've grown so accustomed to the rules and regulations of wearing that mask that they forget to take it off when they go home. They forget to take it off at any point in time, to the point where that mask is melded into their face. And even though they're trying, and even though they might recognize and they might be like, I'm ready to take off this mask, it becomes heavier and heavier because with time, if you don't take something off like that, everyone's masked up. Or like in a situation like this, though, do you think that this is Jinshi self-identifying the mask, or do you think that this is Mamao seeing that Jinshi has a mask, but not really wanting to see the person behind the mask? It's the same thing, Rorky. When someone wears a mask, it's because their emotions, they're not being full with you, right? When someone's wearing a mask, it's because they're hiding an aspect of self, right? They're hiding an aspect of self, emotions, thought patterns. It's not fully being displayed in a vulnerable setting, or in a capacity where it's 100% them. It's more like, I'm only going to show you this little bit of information, these emotions, because I believe that that's what you need to know and that's what you can handle, right? And if I try and take off a little bit more, and if you say something, I might go ahead and back away and hide, because all of a sudden I might think that you might be coming after me, or you might not like the me behind the fuller range of emotions. That's another way of masking or a self-defense mechanism, right? Anyway, this is what I find interesting. He's wearing a mask. We see his mask slip up quite a few times. Yep. I was actually postulating that it was just Mama being in. Oh, okay. Then yeah, we're on the same boat, Roarky. So the Emperor then. The Emperor glazing up, right? Coming through and literally being given his back. So twofold. Number one, I guess I'm gonna ask a couple things. Really makes me think it might drop as the season evolves. Yeah. Number one, do you guys think that the Emperor wears a mask as well? Number two, the Emperor giving us his back as well in this shot, right? They could have put him facing forward or anything like that, but they don't. So, how much of a threat is there to the Emperor's life? How much of a role does Jinshi actually play in keeping the Emperor safe? Really makes me think it might drop off as I hope it does. That would be really, really cool. I'm not sure we've been shown enough of the Emperor to tell. Even comes a greater question, right? Okay, so we know that the previous Emperor was a perv. We know that the previous Emperor was a P word. We know that the previous Emperor did a lot of fucked up shit. What if was it? What if there are other siblings out there of the Emperor? What with the current Emperor that maybe are being phrased of an aspect of they're dead but they're not. Oh, they all died, but did they really? Oh, they're all dead, but did they really? Oh, I only have one or two. Did you really? That's where all of a sudden it starts coming into mind, like all the different moves that we've been seeing in the past core. It makes me wonder, like especially with the Sailants and stuff. Yes, were there attempts and stuff, and kings and emperors and stuff like that in the past? Absolutely, right. But more so, is there a cause behind this? And that's where my mind keeps going. Is there a cause behind this? What would that cause be? That was sent out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Celestial Rider. Now you're getting my brain thinking here. You're going into big think mode here. Wait a minute. Oh my god. All right, let's keep going. I shouldn't have said anything. Sometimes I just need to shut the fuck up, right? Sometimes I just need to shut the fuck up and let the music play. Because it's like, if I would have waited one more second, okay, so yes, the Emperor's shadow does play a big role into shaping this narrative. This works fine. Oh, this is what we're here for. Previous Sama. Wait, 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 wait. Oh shit! Are we just wearing masks? Okay, these masks have to fall off. But also, holy shit! Holy shit! What are their intentions then? So it's for example, like Lulan, right? Everything has a cause, right? Yeah, it's mask o'clock. That means that everyone's hiding their feelings or their intentions, except for certain. Who's this girl in the back? And why is she turned away in the same way that the Emperor, like, giving the back? Wait a minute. Is there a threat to the emperor's life in some capacity? And is she the people? Are people riling behind this woman? Are people trying to go ahead and rile up like with this woman? Maybe Lulin is actually a threat. Hold on, wait a fucking minute. Because people were like, we have Jinshi wearing a mask behind the emperor, right? In the same way that this woman's looking back and these guys are wearing masks as well. So are they rallying behind this girl, right? And is Lulin an informant inside of the system used to go ahead and keep the emperor pleased in the meanwhile, while they're able to go ahead and rally support in some manner, shape, or form for their mask to fall off and come against them? That I don't know, but Frog. I don't know. I'm looking at this and it's making me think. Wait, hold on. Dead air. I know. There's gonna be someone in the comments in YouTube already. I can already tell, being like, "Dead air, dead air. Oh, the not saying anything. He's not saying anything." Okay. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Okay, chat. 1, 2, 3. Little bulb around her hair, and her hair comes down. Yes? Yes. We in agreement? Yes. This is a picture I got from season 1. 1, 2, 3. Bulb on her hair comes down. Chat. Twas the hairstyle at the time? No! I'm looking at this and my mind's immediately like, what a reach. What we cooking? What a reach. They can dye hairs back then? Is her hair really different colors and skin tone? Can be. Can be. My sus meter is going up though. What the frack are you getting at, chat? She died. No, oh, don't even get me started. Don't even start. I would have sworn Mama had an always on the Sude watch. Nia, thank you. You agree with me. Always on the Sude watch. We always got to be on that watch, guys. Huh. Huh. We're trying to wizard hair onto nothing. My sus meter is high. My sus meter is extremely fucking high, chat. I don't think that's our. Fine. I'm over here assembling a plot line. I'm assembling a plot line for you guys, and I'm getting hit with no. Not only am I getting hit with no, I'm getting hit with mm, mm, mm. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is. I tried. Regardless. Regardless, though, there clearly something is being marked up here in a similar way where she's in the emperor's position, giving us her back, right? I think I really do think that there's a possibility of them probably knowing more along the lines of something that's really happening, right? And trying to get someone to sweep on in and take the emperor's position or align themselves to an even greater cause in here, right? Because I'm assuming if this is Lula, then it's probably going to be her dad, right? So, hmm, hmm, I have my sus meters. She's older. Guys, I feel like the more that you guys try and say no, the sussier I get. I'm a sussy baka. You guys have to remember, like, I will literally suss out anything and or everything. Continuously. No remorse. No remorse. All right. Hold on. Mm, 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 mm. No, I now I feel like I am wrong. It took me a second. Sometimes I cook wrongly, okay? Sometimes I cook wrongly. I might be completely wrong in here. Also, she got nails. Wait. Hold on. She got nails. Gaga fashion, baby. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I might be wrong. I might be fucking overstretching here. I might be overstretching here. Nonetheless, whatever this is, whatever they got going on is sus. Even the cat has a mask? Well, damn! Oh no! God damn it! There's no fucking way. Oh no! God, you get a mask. You get a mask. Oh, you were talking about Sunu. Well, here she is. What's she doing here? I'm fucking dying, chat. I'm over here trying to cook up a storm in this one. I'm like, yeah, like if we look at her hair and whatnot, like, you know, it can all match up, right? It can all match up. And it doesn't fucking it's a completely different aspect in here. Oh no. Oh no. The directors knew that I'd probably stop here to talk about it. Destruidos segundos, honestly, yeah. Holy shit. So then who are you? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's interesting though is she's the only one that like actually moves her mask. She's the only one that actually moves her mask a little. Yeah, we actually get to see her eyes, her agent of change. But we don't even see Mao's eyes. I want you guys to just take that into consideration. So far, everyone has had a mask and the only person that we can see their eyes directly is Sudes. Is she gonna be this agent of change and chaos that actually comes through this season? And is this mask theme gonna go ahead and fall off or evolve as the season evolves? That's something that's coming through as well. Masking the cat is diabolical. Yeah, because the cat can't be the agent of change unless we get like a first person POV and it's like the cat going like meow like you know, and the cat gets into some mischief or whatever and ends up like, you know, ends up like causing some like weird like butterfly effect. That would be fucking great, right? Anyway, watch the whole P. Then no, Shy, because hindsight is 2020, and I've had a lot of people tell me that time and time again. Watch the whole thing, then go back and analyze it. Yeah, no, because then at that point, right, me analyzing it is like a live in-person conversation. You guys get to see the thought process as to what's happening here, and the way that a psychologist or a therapist is actively taking in information and thinking about it, even though it might be wrong, right, and will get corrected seconds later. This is the active thought process of it. Otherwise, what we get is like, oh yeah, so I knew this was coming. Wow, I already knew that this mask represents this once you have the full picture and not the layered aspects of like, hey, this is how your thought process and stuff changes all along the way, right? And this is what it's about, is looking at the thought process and looking at like how the analysis changes as we break things down and we get new information. And that's why this is more of an analysis channel than an emoji reaction channel. Clearly, cough me, because ooh. I love this. Look, the cat clearly has the cat paws, right? Walking around, whatnot. But she has a snake in the background slithering on by. Fucking chef's kiss, man. The cat has the cat a little background there, but she gets the full on snake. Oh, Mau Mau. Is this a... Can this be a representation towards Mau Mau, though? In a big way, Jia Mao, right? Wearing the mask, right? And the snake coming after the cat. Because the way that this is positioned is, of course, right? The cat and snake reference, Mau Mau and Suri reference. Okay, hold on. Sorry, chat. I really wish I could. Oh, no. Young. The wizard orb. And when we finally get to see her eyes, chat, when we finally see her eyes, it reminds me of that door. What do you call it? Like the door to wisdom or the door to whatever. Open your mind. Where it's like, okay, you know that this, and I love it because it's like, you know, there's light on the, like, following through in her perspective, there's light at the end of the tunnel again, right? The door to becoming emperor. She sees the light. Yeah. So perceptions. Huh, you wizard. Yeah, I'm kind of asking myself who's, well, I mean, with this one, it has to be Lulin, right? This was one of the first episodes in the core, right? Shisui's, yes. Jinshi's? Okay, that's still hers with the grasshopper, her thingy. This has to be Jinshi's though, yeah? Hold on. Yeah. All the perceptions are changing like crazy. Jesus Christ, brother. Why they gotta put all this symbolism in here? We were talking about perceptions, right? Isn't that fucking wild, bro? The first shot, first little instinct. What did I say, chat? The first literal like minute of just looking at this is, oh yes, it's about perceptions. And the entire thing, it's been hitting on the theme of perceptions. Holy shit. Holy shit. They're cooking on this, dude. The angle makes you see positively tower over Mama. Oh no. The mask, right? Heavy as the mask after it wears, falls. So, the wizard does it again. So, comes in through. We're going to go back. We're going to listen to the entire OP as well, by the way, without me trying to go and stop it, because I'm not really so much listening to the lyrics as I am in like seeing the animation and breaking down the aspects in here. Let's talk a little bit about hands. Let's talk a little bit about hands, right? They're agents of change. And the first thing that we're seeing from this, and almost immediately, right, is her agent of change, whoever this girl is, right? And not only that, right? In the back, it sort of looks like if you whenever you look at cells under a microscope, like the plant cells and stuff, like what is going on with all this? Just such gentle hands. But look at her fingernails: green, blue, red, and then one that's completely covered. Rice, I think. Is it rice? That could be. And of course, a full butterfly emerges. This is interesting. So Mama's, we're seeing two perspectives. Her shadow should follow her in this regard, but Mama's shadow is facing the other way as well, right? Wearing a heavy mask, which is how, like, as we know, Mama has been traumatized as a kid, has gone through quite a bit of things. Do you guys think that Mama has had to have a mask because she like wants to, or because she has needed it to survive in her environment? Has she had a mask in her past, right, leading up to now? And in going forward, does she want to keep that mask or does she want to change? They're very interesting questions. I think a lot of times, right? She needed the pain. Yeah, she needed the pain and freckles. She had to, so on and so forth, right? Like I think that it was to survive. It's like a survival aspect of things, right? So she needed to wear a mask to survive in the past, right? Is that Shadow Mama? But this Mama that's looking towards the present or the future, looking directly at us, that's wearing this mask, is this the perception of her that we're knowing, and yet there's still layers and layers underneath her that we still need to go ahead and take in? God damn it. God damn it. Ah. Ah. She doesn't know what's to come in the future, but in the present or now, she can at least drop the mask, right? And everything is gonna be okay if she does that. All of a sudden, we can fully see her, Oh, you know, the yellow turning into butterflies as we've seen, right? And we see her agents of change, right? We see the window to her soul. We see her ready to face whatever's coming, not behind the mask, but behind whatever she's there. It's like they made this OP. No, but that's beautiful, Ozzy man. That's like because that's sort of what we've been talking about the entire time. Is like Mamal's face at the very beginning, right? If we're to take this to the very beginning of the OP, right? Her face is completely like, yes, she's centered, but it's blurred out. And on this one, now she has her freckles. Like she has freckles on this one. This is her. Oh no! Wait a minute. We still need to remove the freckles. I think there are freckles. There are freckles. We need to remove the freckles. But this is how she feels most comfortable, right? If we're gonna be a matter of fact about it. So this is the closest thing to Mau that we can get. No, no. I was also like, wait, was your freckles? No freckles, but nonetheless. Oh. I love how you can tell the old crew from the new crew. The old crew, they look at, like, I'm guessing this is Mau, right? Smile, 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 and then three very serious faces. Oof, oof. Mau. Oh, we haven't even seen the episode yet. Yes, we see you back there. We see you. We see you. Granny, of course. Of course, the three princesses and the little girl over there. Oh, more or less. I know, mommy and daughter here. More or less, we're seeing the impact. This is what the show is showing us. Hold on. Legitimately, this show is this opening is just saying, "Hey, remember this? Remember this? Remember this? Oh yeah." Now you can see it in OP form. This is all the people that Mama has had an impact on. Yeah. Remember this? Yeah. This is everyone that Mama has had an impact on. This is her environment. These are her friends. These are people that she's like impacting in every way, shape, or form. These are also people that don't like her as well. Guess what? This is what's going to go to impact her going forward and back as well. Even the shadow mysterious people, right? They're going to impact her as well. Oh no. Oh, with the cat. Yeah, Mama's mask went gray. Like it lost the color red altogether, right? This guy with the glasses. This guy with the glasses. Of course, there's an army behind him, right? Because he's a top general. And then, hi, guy. I've been looking forward to. Why is my sus meter fucking high? To be fair, my sus meter is high whenever new characters are introduced, but my sus meter is escalating to a point of no return. Hi, Lacan. I know, not Lacan. The guy behind Lacan. Well, why? Look at that. Don't say that, Coffee. Don't say fucking charming in here. Oh no. Oh, Jinshi too. Lelman, yeah. You know what I would love? I would love for Mao Mao to recognize that there is Lulan in there, and she's already known for a while, and like, like let's say that there's a beach episode or something like that, right? And the entire time Lulan is just afraid of getting into the water. Shisui is afraid of going into the water, right? What guys? You can't fucking gaslight me on this, right? And like, she's afraid of going into the water because it might wash off her makeup, and people might truly be able to go ahead and see her for who she truly is. That would be interesting. So instead, we see like Shizui backing away, or not really being in frame, or turning her back to us in some capacity. Because all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, Mamo acknowledging it, seeing it, acknowledging it, not really like the type to be wearing makeup, or makeup less, right? Whatever way you want to go through with it. With the hand grabbing, you think Lulin wears more makeup than Shizui. We need a beach episode, is what I'm saying. Oh. But both of them reaching out to her? All right, chat. We're going back to the past. See if we pick anything up. Sure, Lulin being the one that wears makeup then. And then splashing water on her face or something. I don't know. So for me, it seems as though, hold on, it seems as though Jinshi's role in this mask has already been determined. I know I said no stopping, but I saw something else before he even came to be. Like, before Jinshi even materializes, this mask is already heavy. It's as though he was born to play this mask role, right? Meanwhile, we don't see that with the Emperor altogether. We just see his back. Like, that's pretty crazy, right? And of course, but in this situation, we get the main person in the back first. So I'm assuming that this person, right, which is probably going to be more than likely Lulin's father, influenced her to come on board in this plan. Hence why he comes through and he materializes into it. Like, he comes into wearing the mask. So something must have happened, some sort of soured detention rules, something along with this clan, right? Where he comes into contact and then brings her on board as well. The mask that we wear is heavy. Mm-hmm. Except for the cat. Okay. Meow. I could be misremembering Demeter. I'm just saying it's Lulin father just for the sake of it. Not an episode, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, no, Rorky, perfect catch on this one. In Shisui's perspective, the mask comes on for Mao Mao. The moment that they point to it, all of a sudden it's who is behind this mask. We don't see it beforehand. Hold on. There's a moment where she's seeing Mao Mao clearly for who she is, right? Clearly for that, and then the heavy, thick mask comes on. Perception. What is she hiding? What does she know? Why does she know this? This is a fucking awesome OP. Holy shit. Good catch. Where did she go? Mm, I love that that just comes off. Do you think that this is maybe Shisui seeing Mama once again for who she is and the mask coming off? Or is it more intended for Jinshi or us, the audience? There's a lot of questions as to who like this perception of this mask is that we're seeing that is going through. So maybe just wary of each other. Yeah. Of course. Oh. I could continue going, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I can continue going, but I feel like if I do, it might just turn into 2 3 hour analysis. So why don't we let the episode play? Why don't we analyze it? It's already 50 plus minutes, 51 minutes. Quick little restroom break, and when we come back, we'll continue on. Yeah, well, it's already like an hour analysis, if we're being honest about it. We'll continue on with the rest of Apothecary Diaries. Guys, quick little restroom break. Go to the restroom. When we come back, we hit the main episode. All right, be right back. Girls and boys, and everyone in between. Guys, please make sure to go and support the channel. Support the episodes when they come out, even if you've already seen it. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, share it to your mom, share it to your dad, share it on Reddit, share it with your uncle, the weird one that likes conspiracy theories, that says that the earth is flat, but you have to go around the globe to go meet all their members. Just share it with everyone. I don't care, guys. Have fun. Comment down below. It helps the channel out a ton. And with that being said, let's jump right into it, shall we? Let's do it. Full episodes. Oh no.
なんだお前、足が不自由なのか?
Well, this core is going to be really fucking interesting. This core is going to be extremely fucking interesting. Oh, hold on. just eunuch things, you know? They touched down there and they saw, hey, you no longer have it. You're a eunuch. Yeah, no, just eunuch things, you know? Nothing wrong here. Nothing wrong here. Preguntitas. Actually, poll time. Mods, poll. How many of you genuinely think that that Lulan likes the Emperor? Or loves the Emperor? Mods, if not, I can make the poll myself. Let me make the poll myself then. Because I feel like anytime I ask a question... Hold on. Does Lulan love the Emperor? There you go. Does she? Yes. No. Oh, is it active? Oh, okay, I didn't see it. Thank you. YouTube, you guys let me know as well. Do you guys think that that Lulan loves the Emperor? Likes the Emperor? Lena, thank you so much. 90% of you guys are saying no. And that's sort of the same vibe that I'm getting. It's a lot of people, a lot of, especially the concubines or whatnot. We always get to see or hear somewhat of their stories. Oh, it wasn't you. Who was it, Lena? Behind how they feel about the emperor in some capacity. But I've never really gotten that from her, that aspect, right? Oh, thank you, Cough-Me. And it makes me wonder, everything that we've seen so far, you know, the hold on. Lulan really loves her tea. You're right. She does. What is the episode when the market comes into town? Hold on. Found it.
香辛料はある。それに
Stick with me, YouTube.
最終日に来た理由がジャスミン茶か。これください。はって。あ。騒ぎ。止水もキャラバンは初めてか。ローラン妃の樹代と共に入ってきたとすれば、来て半年ほどなのだろう。
今回はいつもより長いの。
それはね、
キャラバンには香油の他にも香辛料や茶葉も売られていました。これは私が買ったものです。ジャスミンには子宮を収縮させる作用があります。そしてカラシは擬女。これは私が買ったものです。ジャスミンには子宮を収縮させる作用があります。これください。はって。
I think that this market didn't come on its own. Yes. Yes. Thank you. You guys are coming to the same conclusion that my brain's like. This market didn't come on its own, and the aspect of, you know, first off, jasmine tea and knowing the effects of it, right, and all of these different things. Well, I mean, what if he does visit her, right? Even in some capacity, what if they do it, right? And it's just trying to find a way for naturally, like a contraceptive method, right? So that way she doesn't get pregnant. Yes, your girl Shisui is sus. Came at the same time as Lulan, right? Yes, Ryuji. I am assuming that based on all the facts that have been presented so far, I'm assuming that it's something along the lines of either abortion or trying to not have the emperor's kid or trying to go ahead and have this contraceptive method in this capacity. He has to because she is noble. Sorry. I don't know if I'm cooking here. I might not be in any capacity, but I'm just looking at this and it's striking up Like, especially like, oh yeah, Lulin's really with everything. And it struck up like all this weird thing. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, we have to go back and we have to go ahead and see this. Even more so, and I know we're only a couple minutes in, even more so, how does she have the knowledge that she has unless it's for that capacity? My sus meters are running high. Anyway. Sorry, chat. I feel like I'm overcooking a dish here. Like, Imperial China, would she not be allowed to her? I mean, who would know? Who would know? It's over the pregnancy and that go according to. Right. What would that look like? Is this going against her father's wishes or for her father's wishes? What is he? What are they? But if it's the emperor, then my mind's going a little crazy. Sorry, chat. My mind's going a little crazy here. There's definitely a connection. She seems to have the same hair dye as Lulin. Yes, I do think it's Lulin 100%. I mean, I can't doubt it. But it's making me think, like, what's going on? I might be overcooking. I don't know. Cough me. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Guys, I don't know. I really don't know. But I do think that, like, this whole caravan thing, I didn't eat, so I'm really eating. It is in fact... Got me. I ain't saying anything. It is in fact, like, comes into play in some capacity in this way. That's sort of where my mind is immediately rushing towards, right? Anyway, okay, I'll let it play out and I'm gonna eat. Hold on. Oh, well, I'm gonna mute myself for this part of YouTube. Who Lila wants to be her carefree self for the role that her father. Oh, Phantom! That is such a beautiful way of viewing it, right? Is Lulin the carefree way, or is it the role that her father wants her to play? That's beautiful, man.
Tsugi. Nanda, omae, ashi ga fujiyu nano ka?
Question for you guys. In ancient China, and for those of you guys that are Chinese historical buffs, again, I'm not a Chinese historical buff. I'm a psychology buff, but not really like oh yes, I know all about ancient China. Was the system more like patriarchal or matriarchal? Like, we see that, like, at least for the brothel, right, or for the house there, you know, the old grandma there is running it like no tomorrow, and people respect her for that, right? So in that capacity, patriarchal as F, patriarchy is the way, extremely patriarchal. Okay. Because I'm sort of wondering, is Lunan sort of wondering, like, are there times where, say, a lady or someone can can rise to power, not necessarily in the way of a political way, but in a way where internally they're respected at that high level, right? I.e., the Empress Dowager respected to an extreme event, right? The rear palace is matriarchal because the emperor doesn't want to deal with his 50 wives. It's a lot of patriarchy according to opportunities.
どうしたのシャオラン。
どっかにいい働き口ないかな。
働き口？
そう、あと半年で高級の年季明けるからさ。実家がお金持ちの女官なら縁談が来たりするけど、うちは違うからさ。ママを
ユージェンも来てない？
来てね。出会った頃は噂話ばかりしていたシャオランも今は手習い所の一期生として勉強に励んでいる。高級を出てからもいい仕事に就いてほしい。
Right.
紹介できるとこと言ったら。
Mama, you be careful where you're introducing this girl to. I don't want to hear about the fourth new princess coming into the house. Now, Mama,
I do have a question for you guys, right? Because we do know that Mao Mao knows. This question has been on my mind for a bit, but I'm going to ask this as well, right? And I'm sorry if this makes you uncomfortable that I'm asking it, but I have to ask it in order to get a full conceptualization. At least she's not dying of Mao Mao. We know that Mao Mao is very sexually educated in the capacity that she was able to go and teach the other concubines about sexual education in that way. Do you guys think that that's going to come into play for Mao Mao and Jinshi's relationship at some point in the future? That's been on my mind, where it's like, okay, we know that Mao Mao really knows a lot about theorem, right? It's like people that just graduated from school, right? They know a lot about theories, not so much about, in the field. So it's just making me wonder in that regard, like, is this going to be brought back up again sometime in the future? Anyway.
あるっちゃあるけど、花町の六将館で歓迎されるのは若くて器量の良い愛嬌のある娘。
Oh no.
シャオランは幼さが残るが顔立ちは悪くない。何より素直な性格はしつけがしやすい。やり手ババアなら欲しがるだろう。
Oh no.
しかし妓女は生半可に進める仕事でもない。私のは最後の最後、どうしてもって時のつてかな。
ママ。
何それ。
他に頼れそうな人。ダメだ。ジンス様に紹介したらシャオランを厄介ごとに巻き込むかもしれない。
どうしたの？お、止水。
おお。
ねえ、いい働き口知らない？何の話？もうすぐ年季が明けるから仕事探してるんだ。なんかつてとかない？あるといえば。
I think I understand the play. I think I understand the play. One comes in as a eunuch and is able to gather information and lay low through a eunuch's perspective, able to go ahead and influence individual and get closer to certain places and get the information needed, while Shisui over here acts in this form, right? While still keeping up the role, the mantle that she needs to keep up, still collecting information, still going through. Ooh, we're in trouble. Ooh, this is.
あるかも。本当？あるというか、作りに行くというか。
湯殿？
まだこの時間だと人少ないね。
湯をたっぷり使った湯殿は高級ならではの贅沢なものだ。一度に1000人も入れる広さがあり、大浴場の湯船には数百人が一度に浸かれ。
The beach episode.
上級妃はそれぞれの宮の中に専用の浴場を持っている。
Nice.
この建物にあるのは中級妃以下の妃が入る小部屋の浴場と下女たちが使う大浴場だ。六将館の浴場を当たり前のように使ってたけど、庶民は水で体を拭くくらいだ。下女が風呂を使えるのはそれだけでありがたいよな。
Like, that's amazing, right? First and foremost, that, like, at least the bathing system there, like, even servant girls can go ahead and bathe. Like, let's be honest here. Oftentimes, bathing in the past, for some reason, a lot of people were terrified of taking a bath. A lot of people would not bathe in any capacity. Are required to bathe. So this is what's interesting about it, is in this capacity, at least you're keeping everyone clean, and a cleaner environment is a cleaner and safer workplace altogether. If my workplace had a community bath, I'd work 8 hours every day, bro. Oh God. Did you shower today, chat? YouTube, did you shower today? I hope you did. Banyansin, con agua y con jabón. Like, please take a shower, use soap and water, please, soap, shampoo, everything you got, hair wash too,
い時間のお風呂は暑いに決まってるでしょ。だんだん冷めてちょうどいい温度になっていくんだから。
いつもはもっと遅い時間だから。
If that didn't give anyone away, like a suspicious look, and where are you watching? If that doesn't raise a red flag for you, like, hey, everyone knows that this hot bath needs to cool down for later. Hands head or right here. Manos arriba. If nobody, like, you know, like, hey, why are you cannonballing on in? Yeah, like, I don't know. Anyway. You're busty.
いや、止水って気痩せする方なんだなと思って。
どこ見てんの？ねえ、止水、ダメだよ。湯船に入る前にちゃんと洗わないと。
もうもう、私もそれちょうだい。
どうぞ。
Oh.
何それ？
医局にあった洗髪剤、シャオランも使ってみる？
Oh. First time using soap? Manos arriba. Guys, it's okay. The first time using soap.
ちょうだい。
どうぞ。
もうもう、私もそれちょうだい。
どうぞ。
Why do I feel like her hair is about to just... Thank you for the pot. You're welcome. This is just for you, Eugen. I got you. Why do I feel like this soap is about to get out of control? Why do I feel like this is like her putting this much in her hair is just about to completely envelop her? Like she's no longer just gonna be Shizui there. It's just gonna be soap. No more stinky girl. Oh God.
何それ？
医局にあった洗髪剤、シャオランも使ってみる？
Close your eyes.
目つぶってて。犬みたいだな。
Oh. And so I kept scrubbing. I kept scrubbing. I kept scrubbing. Oh yeah, pretty much. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Even a wizard here. No, it's just she kept going and there was a lot. Which, as Murthy just pointed out, amazing right here. So she doesn't know how to take a solo like bath. Then does somebody else bathe her? You know, that is very, very well thought out.
そう気持ちいいのに。
シャオランは農村育ちで熱い湯に浸かる習慣がないから、その方が気持ちいいんだろうな。それで止水捨てっていうのは？
あ、そうだった。カチカチ。
ダメだってば。こっちは季節。
Connections. Guys, Apothecary Diaries, let's continue. Let's do it.
area for concubines?
カチカチダメだってば。こっちは妃専用だよ。入っていいの？大丈夫。入っていいし、つてはこの先にあるんだから。
ははん、なるほどね。
Hmm.
失礼します。
あら、新入り？
よろしくお願いします。
これ、こういうね。
How does she know this? How does she know this? How does she know this, chat?
少し強めにお願い。
わかりました。ほら、二人も。
シャオラン、これ。
じゃあ失礼します。
もう少し右。
この妃、帝のお手つきがないんだろうな。手
Oh,
つきがあれば嫌がらせを警戒して。
Mama, you don't gotta fucking roast her. Mama, you don't gotta fucking roast her in the process of this. Damn. Well,
見ず知らずの下女に体を触らせたりはしない。
no.
花町で姉ちゃんたちを見てきたから細かいことが気になるんだよな。
Right.
戻りました。
それ何？
糸です。
何？少し右。
この妃、帝のお手つきがないんだろうな。お手つきがあれば嫌がらせを警戒して見ず知らずの下女に体を触らせたりはしない。
So I'm guessing it's to, like, you know, because of natural hair, right? Yeah, fuzzy wuzzies. Oftentimes I do know that people would use little strings or ropes or, you know, little contraptions to shave. Right? Like, there are ways where you can, like, especially if you look at, like, the history of, like, when people first started shaving and how they would do it and so on and so forth. Aside from, like, sharp knives and whatnot, people can use threads and literally go down. Then there is a thing called, what is it, like threading for eyebrows specifically, right? Where you can get down to, like, how you want to shape them and so on and so forth. So, exactly, Murasaki.
花町で姉ちゃんたちを見てきたから細かいことが気になるんだよな。
Medieval way of going full Brazilian.
それ何？
糸です。
何に使うの？
こうやって糸で毛を絡め取るんです。お試しになりますか？
うん。
痛みは大丈夫ですか？
結構痛いけど、生クラのカミソリよりマシね。
仕上げに香油で肌を整えます。
とりあえず様子見ね。
Oh.
次はいつ入るの？
いつにしましょうか？
あさってあたりでしょうか。
Oh.
なるほど。こうやって普段お近づきになれない妃たちと知り合う。これが止水の一本のステップか。
We use this as a way to get close. Networking. Time to start a business. Mouth threads, right? Oh.
マッサージって結構疲れるね。
あの後列ができてたもんね。この間までやってた女官が年季明けて辞めちゃったとこなんだ。
へえ、止水よく知ってるね。
その
Ah.
女官は中級妃の一人に気に入られて、そのつてで今は妃の実家で働いてるんだって。
そっか、
You'll
そういう
see.
こともあるんだ。こういう使わない櫛とか首飾りをくれることもあるよ。
おお。
壊れてても素材が良ければ高く売れるからね。
止水は抜け目ないな。
She knows too much. That's the issues. She knows way too much for someone that's supposed to be a servant girl. No, that's just her as cat. Oh no.
下女が湯殿を使えるのは2日に1度。その度に他の妃をマッサージするために長居するなんて本にゃん様になんて言われるか。
よーし、つてを探すぞー。
まあ湯殿でマッサージを。
はい、知り合いの下女の付き合いで。ダメですよね。はい、分かってます。
あら、いいじゃないの、本にゃん。玉葉様。ああいう場では気が緩んで思わぬ話が飛び出すものよ。宮中の
This is what I was telling you. Massage places, church, the bar, places where people gather, really good in place to get information. Key places, and especially in their strategist, right? You want to get someone that like people respect, even in the military, as a eunuch or as a whatever, and start like going up the ranks to a place where you need to go ahead and get that information.
噂話とか。
Yes, Marley.
面白い話があったらぜひ聞かせてね。
Yes.
だそうです。
さすが玉葉様。止水並みに抜け目がない。確かにここではいろんな話が聞けるんだよな。玉葉様ご解任の噂はとうに広まっている。男か女か、いつ生まれるのかというところまで噂されている。ちらほらとリファ様もという話が聞こえてくる。だけどそれ以上に気になるのは、ローラン妃も解任しているのではという噂だ。
もしかしたらって思うのよね。いっつも奇抜な服を着てるじゃない。
Hold on, chat. Sorry, I hate to keep pausing it. My brother in the back is hitting me with brother, sorry. Three, two. Un sentimental padre. All right.
そうだよね。
生まれるのかというところまで噂されている。ちらほらとリファ様もという話が聞こえてくる。
Right.
だけどそれ以上に気になるのは、ローラン妃も解任しているのではという噂だ。
Well, Pregante? I don't know. I don't think so. Not from what I'm putting
も
together.
しかしたらって思うのよね。いっつも奇抜な服を着てるじゃない。でも最近めっきり動質が減ってるし、ゆったりした服を着ていることが多いらしいから。
ローラン妃が来て半年以上経つ。先代から仕える高官師匠様の娘として鳴り物入りで上級妃になったのだから、帝も通わないわけにはいかない。そうなると上級妃4人のうち3人がご解任か。めでたいというか物騒というか。
ねえ、足もっと強くして。はい。あー、すっごく気持ちいい。あなた、次はいつ来るの？はい、
あさってです。
Bro, she working herself up a job. She working herself up a job. Think about this, right? Like, she literally is finding like new opportunities, new things to be able to work through. Like, oh.
それともう一つ、ここの噂話でよく聞くのが。
お、あそこにいるかな。一人かっこいいカンカンが入ったんだって。
A la verga. Everything's coming together. Everything's coming together. This is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where we have all the theories in here.
見てみたいな。
どっかで聞いたような話。
噂で聞いたんだよね。新しいカンカンが30人も増えたんだって。
新しいって、もう宦官になる手術はやってないんじゃなかった？
元奴隷だよ。
奴隷？もうこの国にはいないんじゃないの？
異民族の奴隷だと思う。他国の人間を虚勢して奴隷にするところもあるんだって。そこから逃げ出したか助け出されたか。30人もいるってことは大規模な討伐でもあったんだろうね。
シスイって虫にしか興味なさそうに見えて結構賢いんだな。
Shizui knows too much. Like, the way that she processes information, that's what I'm saying is, think about somebody like this, right? If somebody came through and they were oversharing information that's only supposed to be available for high-level concubines, mid to high-level concubines, for me, it's like, wait a minute.
新人のカンカンの仕事だよね。噂の人いるかな。
Mamo makes sense, 110%.
でもかっこいいんでしょ。まあ、人種様ほどじゃないと思うけどね。どうしたのママを。
別に。
そういえば、マオマオは人種様とよく一緒に。
先の使いでね。
Oh no! Oh no! Mamo! Oh no! The frog! It comes back!
マオマオ？
考えるな。あれはカエル。カエル。ん？あれは。
Oh.
なんでリーシュ様が？なんか睨まれている気がする。休憩中ですし、お召し上がりになられては。
質問があるんだけど、あなたどういう経緯で翡翠宮に仕えているの？
どうと言われても、人手不足の翡翠宮に毒味として使わされただけですが。
それは聞いたわ。私が知りたいのは、なぜ疑り深い玉葉があなたを信頼しているかということよ。
Why you gotta be like this, bro? Why you gotta be like this? Well, you see, like, the information that you're seeking for, it puts all of us in danger. Like,
姉様。
we don't gotta...
つい呼び捨てにするほど仲が良かったのか。だったら、そばにいる怪しい女官が気になるのも当然だ。私はただの毒味役です。もし玉葉様に毒が盛られたら、私が先に死にます。そういう役割のものと割り切っていただければよろしいかと。
聞いてはいたけど、本当にさっくりした性格ね。
はあ、ありがとうございます。
それと、外にお友達が多いようだけど、ほどほどにしてもらいたいわ。慣れない高級で、先輩の女官がよそにばかり行っていたら寂しくなるじゃない。特にうちの末っ子の石油とあなたは同い年なんだから。
Essentially, they don't feel they say lonely, but emotionally what they're saying, it's kind of like Mama gets preferential treatment, hence why she's able to go outside and do all of these things. Yet meanwhile, they're staying there and they're having to deal with the situations there. It's like, yes, they're trying to establish friends, right? I get it. But at the same time, if you look at the other's perspective on Mau Mau, Mao gets a lot of interaction with the outside world where they don't get included. Yep, exactly, Yujin. They can take it up with Jinchi.
確かに最近はシスイやシャオランとつるんでばかりだ。毒味役がフラフラしてたら不審に思われるよな。でしたら今日湯殿に一緒に行きませんか？
湯
Hey, yo!
殿いいかもね。石油もたまには私たち以外の子と付き合った方がいいわよ。白姉様、湯殿に行くのは玉葉様の命もあってなんでしょ？
そうですね。
Hey, yo!
仕事と思って行ってらっしゃい。
Okay. She's a cutie patootie. She's a cutie patootie that deserves all the love. Le están imitando por... They're imitating one another in that instance, right? Trying to go ahead and get her to go out, make friends. Oh.
この子がマオマオのお友達ですか。それはなんなのこの人たち。
害はありません。多分。
今日はそんなに大変じゃないよ。他にもマッサージやる子が増えたんだよ。
そうなんだ。
串とかもらってるの見て興味持ったみたい。
これまでやってた女官はうまく隠してたってことか。石油様、着替えないのですか？
着替えるわよ。
Ma'am? Ma'am? You might need to take a couple steps. Ma'ams? Ma'ams? I'm in danger. Mama brought the one person that she's supposed to, like, you know, be with her into HR, into a group environment where the other, oh no.
つけるのってこれだけ？
Yes.
中ではこれでも熱いよ。
恥ずかしがることないよ。
おお。
十分立派じゃない。立派って何よ。つましやかな方がいいじゃない。
Damn. If even Mama's impressed.
これは敵に回したぞ。
そんなに恥ずかしがってこれまでどうしてたの？姉様たちはこの大風呂を使っているけど、私は玉葉様にお願いして宮の湯殿を借りてるの。西の国は砂漠地帯であまり弱みの習慣ないし。
まあ恥じらう余裕もなくなりました。脱毛終わりました。こういうお願いします、石油様。
石油様、こちらも。はい。
塗りたくることくらいできますよね。
塗りたくるの？
はい。鶏肉のように塗り。
Mama, I would be fucking terrified. Now, I'm so glad they kept you away from dead bodies. I am so glad they kept you away from dead bodies. Because if you're talking about humans like this, just like, oh yeah, it's like a chicken meat, right? Like whatever analogy, like, Mama, I'd be absolutely, yeah, terrified if you did get to play with like dead bodies and just be like, oh yeah, you know, just they're human meat, right? She's no Capella. Oh no. Oh no. Tenderize the meat.
気が緩んで口が軽くなりますから。
わかった。
じゃあ揉みますね。
あれは。
Oh.
リーシュ様。この前も見かけたけど、上級妃がこっちの湯殿にわざわざ来たら周りが萎縮するんじゃ。
大丈夫ですか、リーシュ様。
She is a queen and she needs to be taken care of. Mamao, go take care of Lishu-sama. She is a queen. She needs to be taken care of. She's a cutie patootie, like. Oh.
もっと使える事情はいないのかと思ったけど。 そもそもあそこの次女はろくなのがいないんだった。まあ、あれなら萎縮されないか。リーシュ妃は弱い15で上級妃と言っても帝はネアに通っていない。まだまだ気弱なお姫様というわけだ。どうぞ。
ありがとうござ。
また人を化け物を見るような目で少しは慣れてほしいんだけど。カミソリ負けしてる。
Oh no, don't tell me that they're using like dulled out razors. Oh. 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 I could just imagine the pain of like using a dulled out razor, or you know, maybe one that's starting to rust a little, because a lot of people back in the day, it's like, oh, it's still good, it can still work, and it's like, you know, you might want to go ahead and get rid of that. There are a lot of other good razors out there that we can go ahead and use.
リーシュ様。
はい。
新しい脱毛法試してみませんか？
リーシュ様。
Have sharp, clean
さ
razors to
あ、こ
use.
こに
Ooh.
横たわってください。
リーシュ妃、どうして上級妃がこんなところに？
安心してください。優しくしますから。
Why they gotta be scared? Oh. Oh.
お疲れ様。
優しく。
リーシュ妃、どうして上級妃が？
Literally, Lisha-sama. Lisha-sama. She literally just like going out of frame. She just vanishes. Boom. Wait, where is she? Oh no.
こんなところに？
安心してください。優しくしますから。
She's praying, guys. She's praying, you know. I love the fact that her back is turned. Like, no matter what. Like, if she, like, her back is turned, there is no,
お疲れ様。ありがとうございます。
お疲れ様でした。こういうものりましたので、肌荒れも少ないと思います。
そう。
リーシュ様はあまりこういうのに慣れていないのでしょうか？
ええ、そうですね。
うん
混合球ではみんなあんまり細かいことは気にしませんし、その前は出家されていましたから。
ああ、そうか。
Aww.
リーシュ妃は幼い頃、政治の道具として選定に突。
No. Oh
継
no.
がされ、
Bruh.
急に入った。選定がなくなって出家した後に、また妃にされて高級に戻ってきた。
Yeah, the past and all of that. Yeah, it was just a beach episode, I swear.
よくよく考えるとかわいそうな身の上だな。元は毒味役の彼女が次女頭になってよかったのかもしれない。せっかくなのでついでにどうです？
結構です。ありがとう。よかったらお礼に冷たいジュースでも。やったー。
Oh. Oh. There's someone missing. There's someone missing. I love the fact that like the entire time, right? Like no one else is really.
ところで、リエシュ様はどうして大浴場にいらしたんですか？混合宮にも湯殿があるはずでは。
それは。
テルの。
Something's there.
あのミアの湯殿にはその幽霊が。
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's a get Loki. Wait, YouTube might not know the full context of this because I might have to edit this out. YouTube, at some point in this video, Loki interrupted us. There was like a barking in my backyard at like one specific corner with all of his hair up. It's a big wolf dog that I have. Like he was ready in the attack mode and we had to call him back in because he was terrified of whatever was in that corner, which... yeah. Anyway, nah, just a pervert in the bathroom. Oh no. Oh no. Another ghost episode.
幽霊?
Ghost, third time's the charm. Yeah, I know. Hold on, before we get into that. Guys, what an awesome episode that showcases networking, that showcases gossip, that showcases literally the impacts, right? The impacts that like how to collect information and how easy it is. Like people will literally come through and talk to you about anything if you allow yourself the opportunity to do so. I'll share this. I met up with Brady this week, when I was at the conference, and Brady was astounded. We went out to go get some food at the fact that people will have a conversation with me about fucking anything. Like literally, we were in the store and I was talking about shochu, right? Which is a Japanese drink. I was talking about how much I like shochu. We're going through this liquor store. And then this, like, because I'm being very open, very, conversational with them about it. Not soju. It's called shochu. S-H-O. Like this. Shochu, right? And I'm just talking very openly with Brady about it. And all of a sudden, this lady just chimes in and she's like, hey, you know what? He's right. Shochu is amazing. And we just start having this like in-depth conversation. And like Brady's like, she just jumps in. And everywhere that we were going, it was another person just jumping on into trying to have a conversation. Or just by simply saying, hey, you know what? I hope that you're going to have a fantastic day today. You're going to rock it. I don't know if you're going to close tonight or not, but you're going to have a great day today. And all of a sudden they're like, man, I needed some inspiration. It's been rough. I've been having trouble paying this off. And, my baby mama. And like, they're just like, all of a sudden people love to share their life if you give them the opportunity to share their life. Right? And people love to go like give more information that is needed just by simply asking open-ended questions. And it's a very beautiful thing to go ahead and see and experience, especially like if you're able to turn a person's bad day into a good day and something like that. It's great. But Brady was just astounded because it's like anywhere that we were going, it was just going through and being like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Hey, you having a good day? Blah, 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 blah. And like, there was a person behind us in line waiting for food, right? And I started just chatting, like talking with them because we were still deciding on what to go and order. I turned around and I'm like, hey, like, it's a pretty windy day, which is rare for where I live. Like, blah, 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 blah. We started chatting up and Brady, for some reason, thought, hey, these two know each other. So he comes through and he's like, oh, hi, I'm Brady, right? And it's like, wow, it's so great, like great to meet you. You must be Ed's friend, right? And she's like, no, I was just standing in line behind you guys. And he kind of was telling me to go in front. And Brady's like, because the way you guys were talking, it made me think that you guys were friends already. And it's like, that's the main instance, right? It's how we communicate, why we communicate, and how closely we can build that bond, that propinquity bond that allows individuals the opportunity to share. Right, it was great. It was a wonderful experience, and you guys are gonna get a lot of crazy stories when it comes to that trip to Europe for TwitchCon EU. But ladies and gentlemen, overall, what a fantastic episode! What an episode that like is really setting up the rest of the score. Also, see when Rich, thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate it. You go. What an amazing episode that's setting up a lot of things for the future, right? Color me excited. What would you guys rate this episode out of 10? For me, this is a solid 9.758 out of 10. And I'll tell you guys why. Setting up the characters, beautiful. Reminded us of everything that's going on, right? Beautiful. Came through and absolutely nailed that, like, hey, there's more at work here, while at the same time reiterating that the characters all have different goals and motivations in mind. Awesome. The sus meters out, like, up through the fucking roof. Amazing. There's a lot of beautiful things that are being set up here. And also that opening, oh my god, that opening is almost a beach episode. Legato, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and title it like that. Almost a beach episode. But overall, I am beyond excited. Let's listen to this ending and then I'll give you my final thought here. All right, let's do it. This bath. Whoa. Whoa, okay. The cat. I swear to God, if this cat ends up being a fucking major agent of change, if this cat ends up being like fucking plot device like 9001 that actually ends up like being a huge moment that like changes everything, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit, bro. Like, I'm looking at this, right, and immediately the first thing that comes to mind is like, it's just their journey as well, right? Se llama monologo. Oh, really? The cat is Lulan. The cat is Lulan. Oh. I love the fact that they're walking not in the scene, but out of the scene. Right? I don't want to say a reference. No, don't say the reference. It's the final antagonist. I would see episodes from time to time on Cartoon Network, but not the entire thing, Risen, you know. And that would be because my brother would like stay up with me in Adult Swim and we'd watch a random episode that was on. So we haven't seen the cat and Luna at the same time. But anyway, the characters aren't walking in the scene, they're walking out of the scene. They're walking in the white spaces. So do you guys think that Mamao considers Shizui and Jalan her friend? Chat. Do you guys which is interesting, right? Because she's choosing. Yeah, I think so. I'd say so. Oh. Interesting. Mamao and Jalan are looking at the same aspect, but She's looking elsewhere. There are other plans in here. Look at the framing, though. Mama looking down. She's looking right in the middle. And she's looking away. Holy crap, dude. Also, mm, mm. All of them facing similar but not the same direction. Oh my goodness. Maybe in a big way, all three of them can connect on the fundamental level of trying to go ahead and find their own freedom. So when they connect with one another, it's like they're actually being free in that way, right? Look at the spacing, right? The wide array of spacing. Like Jalan and Mama are close, but that's a huge space in between Shizui and them, right? Already labeling that. But also, once again, only when they're like this could they truly interact with one another and form this friendship. And ain't that sad? Like, you know, Shizui can't connect with them if she was anything other than Shizui. The spacing, yeah. Yeah. Shalan and Shizui is one person away from another. Mm-hmm. And even just that delayed reaction, guys, like, they're able to go ahead and break this facade, right? Connect with one another. And for Shizui, it takes her a little while longer to recognize what's happening in this regard and try to join in. Shizui's on top, guys. Shizui always has the power dynamics in this. They're sitting down, she's sitting on the table. They're friends, right? But I'm just saying the entire aspect, it's very cheap. It was very, I'm sure it wasn't. The song sounds cheerful, but I'm sure the lyrics say otherwise. But nonetheless, they're all meeting together at the table, right? To try and break bread. And what's interesting is we can see this as a friendly picture, right? Which we can. But every shot that we've seen separation, we've seen distance, and we've seen a power dynamical move. Why do you feel that Shizui cares for Mao? Is there enough buildup in that relationship? I think in a way it's two-part, right? It's if Shizui was Shizui, would she be friends with Mao? Yeah, I think so. If Shizui was Lulin, can Lulin be friends with Mao? The song sounds cheerful, yeah, I'm sure. But I'm sure that the lyrics are like some deep, meaningful stuff, which we'll probably do a lyric analysis next week. Do you guys think that Lulin would actually genuinely be friends with Mao, or does she have to keep up appearances? And that's sort of where that key aspect comes in, is Lulin and Shizui, right, in this aspect, is they have information that others really don't, and in a big way are leading them in some capacity. No, Lulin doesn't really get along with anyone. This is a beautiful, beautiful ending song as well, right? Oh, no. I don't want no spoilers. We're gonna watch it again one last time. I love that the ending is just them. Great episode. Phenomenal episode. Hold on, I got some news to share in a bit as well. Mamate. So the cat. Hold on. I think the cat's going to be some huge fucking moment. I think the cat is probably going to be bigger than I was initially anticipating. This shows everything about them. This is everything about them, chat. Do you know why? This opening is sharing everything about them in a way that I don't think a lot of people are going to cap on. Okay, I'll get back to the cat in 1 second. Body language. Jalan, open walk. You can see her hands clear as day. She's walking big, taking big strides. Her agents of change are around her. We get to go ahead and see that. Mao Mao, her agents of change are hidden, right? She's walking very right in the middle, right? Looking forward, kind of observant, reserved until the cat shows around, and then she shows her agents of change, or as though the cat like causes for her agents of change to come out. Shizui, behind both of them. Hands behind her back. Some could say reserved. Some could say, seeing the other two, literally being like, seeing where these two are leading in this capacity. I love little shit like this. This is why I always go back and I like rewatch things, because it, like, at first I take in like my first impressions, and then my analytical brain kicks in and I'm like, wait a fucking minute. Like, wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. Yeah, Mama's very guarded, but exposes I love the half moon, full, like, capacity. Cat comes through. Mama opens up her hands. An immediate rush, right? Something interesting happens. Mao's acting weird or different. Now we see Shizui for Shizui. Her agents of change are up front. Something new, exciting change happened. She's more intrigued. She's interested. She's no longer putting them behind her back. And Xiaolan is a little more reserved. Mama has to catch Mama. Yeah. No hands. Mama looking down, thinking, shows her hands, her agents of change. Xiaolan, both hands can be seen. Both agents of change can be seen as she's like framed a little bit to the right, not even full center. Shizui, just like the moon, we can only see half her face with no agents of change visible. Oh, fuck, guys. That's what I call fucking imagery in here, right? Dark side of Shizui. Exactly. Must be bugs on the right side. Of course, Mao. Cute. You know what's crazy is we can call this ending hands the ending. Whose hands can you more clearly see? I can see Mao's hands here pretty well. I can see Xiaolan's hands here pretty well. I'm struggling to see the right hand fully of Shizui here, except, maybe a little bit of her left hand. Once again, showcasing that imagery of, like, we can see one side of her, but not the other. This is fucking beautiful. I'm looking at this and I'm like, yo, they cooked. They cooked, guys. Yes, there's spacing between them. Yes, we've already, like, we've talked a little bit about their body language and, all of that. But, like, And you see, when she gets to be her more natural self, a little bit more, you can see a little bit more of her hand. Like when she's able to smile and laugh and look at them and whatnot. Like, it's the tiniest attention to detail here, right? From being serious to whatnot to her laughing. Like, I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but look at, it's the smallest of details here, man. But then it's animators taking note right now. The smallest details that showcase a character's journey and what friends can really do for her with the person between them. Yeah, exactly. Aussie man, 100%. And yet when we come back into this scene, right, we see Jalen meeting Mama where she's at, and Chizui kind of using her agent of change to play with Mao's hair. And only one of her hands. Her other hand still remains hidden. Oh, yeah. That's sort of what I'm wondering is how long until we start seeing Shizui. I didn't notice the hair pyre. Nice. Thanks, Cammy. That's my job. You know, the first time it's just first impressions, whatever I see. But then the second time I go through it, I'm just like, wait a minute. No, we haven't seen a room like the one they're currently in yet. Right. Te toca la horquilla de ahí. It's architecture totally different. I'm beyond curious where this is going to go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, next week we'll analyze the lyrics for the opening and the ending, along with further interactions, because it's not going to be the first time we're looking at this. Did you guys like it? Did you guys like the episode? I hope that you guys did. I hope that you guys enjoyed the analysis of Apothecary Diaries. It's over 2 hours of analysis for this one episode of Apothecary Diaries, ladies and gentlemen. I hope we cooked a decent enough meal for you. YouTube, you guys are the absolute best. Please remember to practice some self-care. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, that horror deal. It means the absolute, like, it helps the channel out a ton, but it means the absolute most to me as well. YouTube, thank you so much. Again, practice that self-care. We'll catch you guys later. Stay safe.